I'm seriously.
Good evening. Can you hear us, Walt?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, good deal.
Jared, can you hear me?
Oh, I am, because,
Can you try speaking again, sir?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
she has read.
Terrific. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know.
Signed off and
These are good.
don't have to pay attention.
Yeah, these are much better.
Let me get
They take longer.
Captain.
How
Jack.
you doing?
Captain.
We want a candy swap.
He's gonna be waiting a minute. What floats?
Take longer.
Roll-ups.
Mhm.
Roll-ups are $300 and Westford, $400 in Westford.
You're killing me.
No bugs, no
Go sit
nothing.
by Bernie.
It's like going to bug. 2 hours later, I go home. Found me a roll-up. I don't know if it fell off a pontoon or what, but I got this
Hey, Kelvin.
roll-up.
Hi, Kelvin.
Hey, how's it going? I don't know. It must have been probably it's got a bunch of scum on it, so I had to wash it off. It's been floating for a while. I guess it went in the weeds.
It was a shrimp thing.
Yeah.
No one's made an appeal. Huh?
Aggressively though.
No one said, "Hey, I lost something."
When I came by, there's no boats out. It was just, it was right next to the weeds on the side, you know, on the Opus Island, you know, the Cliff Channel curves. And it was just sitting there right up
I didn't even.
So I pulled it out and how could you not? It's huge. How can you not? No, just because you are.
Yeah.
Inebriated. Well, if that's the case, gonna go, you owe us $400 for the rental on the boat that you guys have.
Good, sir. How about you?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, sir, how you doing? How much? You're what? Okay. Yeah.
We said mighty fine.
I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit. Unless you want me to stand.
Hello, Susan. Hello, Susan. Good. Good to see you. How's you?
Expand in football season, so.
Yeah. Busy, busy.
No.
Boss.
So if I'm talking like this and then I turn over here.
But you know, if you would get us those like real microphones.
Yeah, man. They're really important. So don't do that.
Don't you have some budget left over in yours? Sure.
Please, legal counsel. Nothing.
We want better candy. Can you get us better candy?
Steve's legal to do nothing.
Feel like you.
Listen, you just.
How you doing? Well, it's good to be back here.
All right, Richard, shove that microphone down.
Plug, you know.
Chief,
Hello, hello.
how's, sorry?
Good to see you.
It's good to be in
Hey,
person. too.
That house
How's,
on the water, the big white
Guy
house,
before you that retired.
is that something on the road or was that his? That guy's interesting sometimes. Hmm. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that because sometimes he can be. Oh, boy. Good.
Well, when you speak to me,
So
give my
good.
regards.
I'm
would
glad.
you?
Yeah, sometimes he can get a little side there. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear. Well, no, since it's not his issue, then he should be okay. Oh, good.
Hello, good. You have a scrunchie going away?
7 days.
You have a scrunchie going away?
I got a stack of honeydews. I'll go back 5 or 6 weeks, bring my wife in. That's where, yeah, she's building up her strength to be left alone. So the hard part's done. Transplant,
They're all souped up.
now it's getting used to the suppressing drugs that the suppressant.
The
And hoping that she'll go back to work in the fall.
conversations we had.
Golf carts in the building.
It varies person to person, but September 11th is her 90th day since the surgery. So doing pretty well, but cancer's not the issue now. It's managing her blood sugar and managing her blood pressure. Because the drugs that they give her make them go up and down. So she'll be on a medication regimen for 14 months. And then they'll eventually leave her.
Oh, God bless.
46. This ain't working. This ain't working.
Man, it's fine. Yeah, I don't need to take her over.
Much better.
Walt, did you hear that?
They have a thing called chemo brain, and that's some of her struggle, short-term memory, because they pumped I think it's 28
Really, she's not.
sessions of chemo, and then they radiated her entire body. And her hair fell out twice. So it was a journey. So now it's trying to reclaim her life back.
Giving us granny candy.
So far, we're hoping into this month or maybe a week into next month, she will be able to be by herself. Right now, she's not. And that's why Fort Worth is that's the next biggest city. A little small town like you would say like Navarre. It's called Halton City. We're 44 miles from downtown Dallas, and about 6 miles from Fort Worth. So got to see a lot. I'm glad to be back. It's nothing like sleeping in your own bed.
Climbing over. Give me. He gave it to me.
I really enjoy it. Now I just wait for my wife and it would be complete.
Crunching on the mic, and I'll hear it.
When I get with you, I did some tours. I rode with the previous chief. That was a lot of fun. So I'll give you a ring because is your office where his was? Okay, well, I know where to find you. I'll call ahead first because you may not be there. You got a great bunch of people there. You have a great bunch of people that work there. It's my pleasure.
No, I did not. It rained.
I'm not dealing with them having the mic here. I'll get the man right. I'm just saying, I think that's.
Cameras down low.
I think there's one, yeah, one here, but
Buddy.
as having, either having a tablet an system, or they use their laptop. All I'm saying is, if I see one of them, I'm gonna tell them to turn it.
That's it.
Recording in progress.
We gotta stop.
City manager, are we ready?
Yes, sir.
City clerk, you good? How about on the right? Everybody on the right ready?
Yes.
Okay, lawyer ready?
Yes.
Okay, left side? Good. Okay, well, it's at 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead with the invocation. Thank you.
Let's pray. Father, it's not Monday, but we're here for the same reason. So we're here to serve the citizens of the City of Mary Esther. So we take a minute to remember how much you love them and hope that we can do the same. We're reminded that you've given us gifts to serve one another. So we just remember the gifts that you've given us, the people in this room, the time together, and the resources that you've given to the City of Mary Esther to serve those people. So we pray that it would be your will and your wisdom that would guide us tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I'd ask everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Okay. And now I'm calling to order the regular meeting of the City of Mary Esther City Council's 3 September 2025 at 6 p.m. I would ask the city clerk for a roll call of the council, please.
Councilmember Sutton,
Present.
Councilmember Coxwell,
Here.
Councilmember Lawson,
Present.
Councilmember Carter.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Moder.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Now I need a motion for Councilman Carter to be added to the meeting. I mean, we've never had him before here, the first time ever, you know. Okay, well, I guess we don't need a motion. You're good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming back and actually physically being at the meeting. I appreciate it. Okay, the item number 6, the fiscal year 2026 budget hearing. 6.1 is the
Mayor,
proposed.
approve the agenda.
Huh?
Approve the agenda.
Okay, all right. Number 5, do I have approval of a motion to approve the agenda for tonight?
I'll make that motion.
Do you have a first?
Second.
I'll have a second. Any discussion?
Yeah, I would like to thank the staff for cleaning up a couple of the errors that I would noticed, and they got it all fixed. So thank you.
Okay. So no changes to the thing. We have a motion to approve. Go ahead and vote, please. Okay, it's unanimous. Great. Okay, item number 6. That's why I was rushing it because of the budget for the year. Fiscal 2026 budget hearing. Proposed fiscal year 2026 budget and 5-year community investment plan. Do you imagine you want to speak to that?
Mayor and Council, our Finance Director, Heather Day, is going
Okay.
to provide an overview.
Thank you.
Yes, so the attached fiscal year.
Please give us your name and the
Oh, yes,
microphone.
sorry, forgot. Heather Day, Finance Director.
Thank you.
Okay. The attached fiscal year 2026 budget and 5-year CIP is being presented for final review. The proposed budget maintains the current millage rate at 5.0261 mils. It also includes a 5% increase in water and sewer utility rates, a 3% cost of living adjustment for all employees, and anticipates a 15% rate increase in all insurances. A few adjustments were made to the draft budget following the budget workshop that was held in July. The changes were grant revenues in the general fund were increased by $262,000 to fully fund the construction portion of the Mary Esther Boulevard median beautification project. Prior to the July workshop, it was understood that only 50% of the costs were covered by the grants. But now we know it's 100% of construction costs, so we added that. And then a portion of the expenditures for the Rays Pond Rehab Project and the Springdale Park Neighborhood Infrastructure Projects have been shifted between funds. So although these changes do not impact the budget expenditures for fiscal year 26, they impact the fiscal year 25 ending fund balances in all the funds. So it's just moving some funds around. All the expenditures are the same. The contract amounts are the same. We were just trying to utilize more of the discretionary sales tax funds for these because it can only be used on certain infrastructure projects. So that was the reasoning behind that. And then the final change was to increase the projected expenditures for animal control in fiscal year 25 by $15,000. And this is just to cover additional billings that may occur prior to year end. So prior billings that we may need to pay. And then the fiscal year 26 expenditures across all funds total 22.6 million. Fiscal year 26 ending fund balances are projected at 4.8 million in the general fund, 4.9 million in the utilities fund, and then 0 in the discretionary sales tax fund. So we're just trying to utilize all that money on the Zelia project, the Raised Pond project, and the Springdale project.
Okay.
And
Any questions for the finance director from the council? Everybody's happy with it?
Just one quick comment. So at the workshop, there was discussion about the cemetery design engineering funding. So that has not been included, and the reason for that is because we don't yet have a good number for the design engineering. So we received an estimate from one engineering firm. It was quite high. So we've got at least one other that's coming out to look at the cemetery to give us an estimate. So once we get that, we can bring that back to council, and then we can always add that back in if we need to the budget.
In the next year's budget?
Correct.
Okay. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got some things I've got to go through here before we make a vote on it. I got to open public hearing. So, is there anybody wish to speak about next year's budget for the public? You know, you're welcome to say anything you want. Nothing? Okay. Well, good thing is no tax increase, so that's a positive thing. But other than that, I mean, anybody wish to speak? Ma'am? Okay. All right. Okay. We had a brief overview by the city manager. Open public comments. Okay, nobody? Okay, I'm closing public comments now. All right, I'd like the clerk to read title of the ordinance 2025-05 adopting an ad valorem tax millage rate for the 2025-26 taxable year.
Ordinance 2025-05, an ordinance of the City of Mary Esther in Okaloosa County, Florida, adopting an ad valorem tax millage rate of 5.0261 mils for the 2025 through 2026 taxable year and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Okay, the name of the taxing authority is the City of Mary Esther. The rollback rate is 4.8756 mils. The percentage increase by which the millage rate exceeds the rollback rate is 3.09%. The millage rate is to be levied for fiscal year 26 is 5.0261 mils. That's the tax rate for next year, which is the same as this year. Now I'm looking for a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 2025-05, adopting an ad valorem millage rate for the year 2025 and 26 taxable year.
I'll
So
make
Okay, go ahead.
second.
Okay, I have a first. Do you want to be the first? Okay, April, you're second?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any discussion on this? Let's go ahead and vote on the first reading. Okay, it's unanimous. There's also another event that's going to happen. The mayor announced that the second and final public hearing for the fiscal year 2026 millage rate and budget is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Tuesday, September 23rd at City Hall. And the public is also welcome to attend. We're basically going to repeat what we just did. Unless you want to speak, you're more than welcome. So you'll have another opportunity. Okay? Anything else? Okay, I'm closing the public hearing. All right, special presentations, that's item number 7, is Yard of the Month. City Clerk, you had some pictures for us? '24 Overstreet, okay. Does any of the council, have you seen the pictures? Do you have a preference?
Like 24 Overstreet.
24 Overstreet?
I like 189 Marcia Drive. I mean, they all look great, but
Yeah, they all are beautiful. Yeah. We got Marcia and Overstreet. Can you put those two up, please? Marcia, let's take a look at Marcia. Marcia.
let's see.
Yeah, Marcia. Yeah, Marcia. Yeah. This ain't the Brady Bunch. Okay, there's Marcia. Marcia. Now you got me saying, I'm saying it to myself. And that's Overstreet. Um, any, any preference between the two? I mean,
That one's the Marcia.
Marcia. Well, let's see. The last one, the one that's current is, that's over on Anderson, right? I gotta get the sign. So this is, either one of those is good. We're not gonna be in the same neighborhood for next month. So we're not like, hogging one neighborhood by doing yard of the month for every one of
I
them.
like Marcia.
Marcia,
I like
huh?
Over.
Overstreet. Okay, well, we have a split here. This is gonna be our last yard of the month of the year, because we got the holidays coming up and everything for the holiday awards.
I vote for 189 Marcia.
Marcia, okay, I got 2 for Marcia. 3, who's the third?
Susan.
Susan? April? Okay, so we got 3. So I think it's gonna be that.
What did Larry?
Oh, I'm sorry, Larry,
Yeah,
you like that, Marcia?
Could we get a motion?
I'm working on it, okay, let me see. Before we make a motion, give me some time
It's
here.
beautiful. The other one has a flag in the front yard. That would had me swayed, but
The other one's got a flag.
yeah, but I'll go with
Okay.
189.
All right. Do I have a motion for,
I'll make the motion.
you got it. Have a first? You have a second from the 4 that,
I'll second.
okay, I have a second. Let's go ahead and, any more discussion on it? Let's go ahead and vote.
They all look really good.
They do.
Marcia.
So Marcia.
Okay. Sounds good. We're good to go for that street. I will move the sign this week and you're going to take care of the packet, correct? Okay. Sounds good. You are the month. Consent agenda. Does anybody wish to add or subtract anything from the consent agenda or discuss it at this time? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, I have a first
I'll second.
and I have a second. Let's go ahead and vote on the consent agenda motion. Okay, we're unanimous on that. Number 9 is citizens who've been requested to place on the agenda for tonight. I have none. Okay, so item number 10 is public comment, non-agenda items. Would anybody like to say anything that we're not going to talk about tonight? You got some time to go to the podium and talk about any subject whatsoever except what's on the agenda. Nobody? Okay, that's fine. Unfinished business, we have the second reading and adoption of ordinance 2025-04, the comprehensive plan amendments. Charlie, you going to head off on that one?
Yes, sir. Good evening, council. For the record, Tyler Reed, Community Development Director. Tonight, we're presenting the second reading and adoption of ordinance 2025-04, comprehensive plan amendments. As you know, we started this process last year. We awarded ECRC as our consultant to work with us on developing the comp plan. And they started development and their research last September. And so now we're in September 2025, and we're at the very finish line for this project. So we're very excited to wrap this up and implement it for the city. Other background, we had 2 public workshops. The first took place December 11, 2024. The second was April 7th, 2024. The local planning agency held a transmittal recommendation on June 2nd, 2025. and we had the city council vote to transmit this to the state for approval on June 2nd, 2025 as well. And so the state received it, reviewed it. They came back with recommendations. We complied with those recommendations, and we since amended and updated to match the state's recommendation. So just to highlight some of those things, we fixed a lot of the level of service for sanitary sewer, solid waste, stormwater, transportation, potable water analysis from 2040 to 2050 projections. And we updated the future land use map to reflect the 2050 year as well. And then we added a maximum intensity of 0.5 floor area ratio for the public lands section. And for the town center overlay density standards, we added a maximum density of up to 40 dwellings per acre and a maximum 2.5 FAR with guidance for bonuses and density intensity that developers have to meet to get those max densities. So with that, that concludes my presentation. Are there any questions?
Any questions from council? Okay. In that case, do I have a motion to approve? Oh, I'm public record, do you have any statements on this? Okay, just thought I'd. Okay, you want to read it?
Yeah.
Go read it.
Ordinance 2025-04, an ordinance of the City of Mary Esther, Florida, amending the comprehensive plan in its entirety pursuant to 163.3184 Florida statutes, providing for statutory changes, updating the planning horizon, aligning the comprehensive plan update with current local conditions and community vision, and integrating findings from the city's evaluation and appraisal process to include amendments to the following elements: introduction, definitions, future land use map, transportation, housing infrastructure, coastal management and conservation, recreation and open space, intergovernmental coordination, capital improvements, and public school facilities with the addition of a new property rights element.
Thank you. Okay, now, do I have a motion to approve the adoption?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, I've got to read it first. You got it though. You got it first, I promise. Do I have a motion to approve the adoption of the City of Mary Esther Comprehensive Plan Update and the second reading of ordinance 2025-04? Take it away.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we got a first.
I'll second.
Got a second. Okay, cool. Any other discussion?
Just one question.
Go ahead.
The actual title on the ordinance is 2005-4. The zero is not there. Does that matter?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, let's go ahead and vote. And the results are, oh, here we go. Unanimous. Thank you. Okay, now we're off to new business. Item number 12. First reading of ordinance 2025-06, plating procedures.
Again, for the record, Tyler Reed, Community Development Director. Tonight, Council, we are presenting the first reading of ordinance 2025-06, plating procedures. So the purpose of this ordinance is to amend the Land Development Code, plating subdivision procedures to comply with section 177.071 of the Florida statutes, consistent with chapter 2025-164 laws of Florida. This is the first reading of the ordinance, which became effective in state law on July 1st, 2025. So Senate Bill 784 amended the Florida statutes 177.071 to designate an administrative authority for receipt and review of plats and replats, and to streamline plating and replating procedures, to also reduce the delays and establish clear timelines and responsibilities for review. So before, we used to bring all of our plating proposals to council for approval. With this new state law, we are going to do an administrative procedure where the city manager or his designee will go through administrative process to approve these plats. There are guidelines that the bill established for timeframes that we included in our ordinance as well. So we're required to give acknowledgement of receipt for any plat procedures within 7 days. And then we just go through the review process. We'll have a checklist to go off of. So really, the biggest change is the approval. So instead of going to council for approval, it will be approved among staff. And are there any questions on that?
Any questions? I got one. Is that, you consider that a good deal or bad?
Yeah, I think, well, it's definitely good for the developers. It definitely streamlines the process. And from what I understand, getting the approval from council was sort of a check the box sort of deal. We didn't really present plats to council. We just had them sign. That's usually how it went. So I think this is better all around for developers and for us as
Yeah.
well. But
Just, so this is for both counties and cities, so even the county, somebody's developing that, they do an administrative process, so those are big Mylar sheets that you see that are recorded. I think part of it was statutorily, you have requirements, and they were pretty, like Tyler said, check the box, and then you bring them to this forum, and then it can become political, where it becomes people are arguing over, well, we don't want you to agree to allow them to plat 100 lots or 50 lots, but by law, they're allowed to if they can meet, the land development code and the requirements. And then if a body decides not to approve it, then that would invite lawsuits. So, I mean, as Tyler mentioned, I think this is definitely developer friendly, but it's one of those, like, you either complied with it or you didn't. So I don't see it as that big of an issue. It will take you out of the mix as far as needing to vote on it and, that type of stuff. But again, by statute, you have a right to subdivide your property, assuming you can meet those requirements. So actually, if you go to the county's website, they've updated, these were the ones where you would see there's there might be
it's like a signature block.
survey
or-
block, surveyor's block, the county commissioner's block, city of, Mary Esther block. So there'd be 12 different people signing off on these plats. That still occurs. It just won't be brought here for your approval.
Any more questions?
Make sure I heard, forgive me, I wear hearing aids. You said 2025-06 or 05?
For the ordinance number, it's 06. I believe there was a Scrivener's error.
I've got 2025-06.
Oops,
Right.
06.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the things that, we'll talk to Jared about, but I don't know that you're going to have a whole lot. That probably the only property in Mary Esther that would be able to take advantage of this in any real degree is going to be the mall. There are some unplatted parcels that could look to plat if they wanted to subdivide. But I know my advice usually in these scenarios when there's platting, there's oftentimes what's called a dedication. So they'll sometimes want to dedicate roads to the city. That becomes an expense for the city to, maintain and upkeep. Stormwater systems, they want the city, because they just don't want that. We have in our code language that provides that the developers would set up an HOA. Sometimes you'll have developments where they put in private roads or roads that don't meet our standards, and then they want to turn around and give those to the city because now they don't want to pay for that upkeep. So I know Jared and I have talked about it, and so have Tyler. We're forward looking, want to make sure that the city doesn't receive a dedication basically to maintain roads or infrastructure those will be things that we'll keep an eye on as we go forward. And those things would sometimes come up at meetings like, hey, you understand if you adopt or accept this plat, the city now has all these new streets it's going to have to pave and maintain and, you know, things like that. So we'll see how the mall development breaks out. I think a lot of theirs may be private or a mix, but we'll see. But those are things that, again, won't come to you, but there may be a reason to discuss some of those, you know, at a future date.
If the developer disagrees, would it then come to council if there's a disagreement in the decision made by administration?
Like what would be we actually
I mean,
tried
I
to
don't know. I
think
mean,
through-
again, but maybe the road situation, maybe there's,
Well,
just
I
for
mean,
whatever
you
reason, they're
can
butting
dedicate it.
heads and.
Yeah, so in that scenario, if the developer says, well, I want to give these to the city,
Mhm.
and we say, we're not going to accept them, it'd be like if I tried to give you a gift and you said, I don't want it, you know, type of deal. So we would normally probably just show that those roadways are not dedicated to the city, but they are open to the public type of deal, or they're just maintained as private and they can maintain those roads and the HOA will need to be stood up to maintain that infrastructure.
Okay.
And that keeps the burden off the taxpayers where, you know, people who don't live in that community aren't having to pay, you know, pay to pave roads that they don't even drive on, you know, for the most part. So I think if you look at old plats, you'll see where the developers would oftentimes dedicate this infrastructure to the city. And now you've got, you know, these extreme costs of, you know, how much it costs to repave a road and maintain a road or make it, you know, up to standards.
I think what Councilmember Coxwell was asking though is what if the developer disagrees with the administrative authority?
Well, the proposed plats have to follow the land development code regulations and the Florida statutes. So it's very cut and dry usually with these plats. We have clear guidelines from the statutes, but we have to make sure as well that they meet the lot conditions and size that is plainly laid out in our code. So I don't know if there would be.
Yeah, I think what we would probably look at doing, and we talked about this prior to bringing the ordinance, to try to, you know, brainstorm a scenario that would trigger something like that, where there could be an appeal process or something if there was.
Well, what about a variance? Suppose I don't, you know, I'm going against the ordinances and I want a variance so I can do that.
Right, but that we have a procedure for that.
Okay.
So that wouldn't happen during the plating process. 'Cause
Okay.
if they say, hey, we want to shrink our setbacks and have, you know, or we want lots that are smaller in size than what your code says, we would just deny the plat because it runs afoul of our land development code. So they would have to make that plat consistent with our code, you know. Now, if they want to come in and plat it and then try to ask for some blanket variance, you know, then to me, that would be a very hard ask because you've created your hardship, you know. So why would we be inclined
Oh,
to
yeah.
come in?
Okay.
So, well, we want 100 lots. Well, no, your lots are too small. You can only get 80 based on the size. Well, we're going to put 80, or we're going to try to plat 100. You know, then we would probably deny the plat because it doesn't meet the code. So, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, I think it'll be a rare, and I mean, at the time we were trying to discuss this, we were talking to a developer's attorney who happened to be in the room and like, hey, let's walk through this and see if we can think of something. And even he was like, yeah, I don't know that there would be many scenarios that would warrant this. Like he couldn't even think of one off the top of his head to say, oh yeah, this could be a time where we butt heads. I say all that, and I'm sure like we'll have an issue.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, you know, we feel pretty confident. It's pretty cookie cutter. You know, the statutes are pretty clear. They've been around for a long time. Developers know the statute. You know, surveyors know the statute. You know, I don't think we'll have a whole lot of, you know, headbutting on most of these.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Anything else? City Clerk, you want to read the opening paragraph?
Ordinance 2025-06, an ordinance of the City of Mary Esther, Florida, establishing administrative plating procedures as mandated by state law, amending Land Development Code 2.13.00 plating subdivision, creating Section 2.13.02, establishing processing procedures and timeframes for administrative approval of plats and replats, providing for scrivener's errors, providing for codification, providing for conflicts, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 2025-06?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, I have a first
Second.
and I have a second. Let's go ahead and vote, please. Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. 12.2 is the adoption of Resolution 25-13 fiscal year 2025 budget amendment. Heather.
Yep, Heather Day, Finance Director. So following a review of the 2025 budget projections, the adjustments shown in Resolution 25-13 were made to ensure all departments close the year at or under budget. Resolution 25-13 authorizes budget transfers resulting in a net decrease of $281,000 in the general fund expenditures and an increase in the discretionary sales tax fund expenditures in the same amount. This shift allows the city to allocate additional costs for the Raised Pond rehab project and the Springdale Park infrastructure upgrades to the half-cent sales tax funds, which expire in 2028, I believe.
So you're
So-
just moving money.
Yeah,
Okay,
so not adding to the budget, just shifting the same amount between funds.
different account. Any questions?
I have a question.
ahead.
The Raised Pond project, is that considered complete?
I was going to get off scot-free tonight. Sean Lindsay, Director of Public Works. The Raised Pond project is substantially complete, but there are several items that they have to complete on their task list, mainly landscaping issues, and just a few housekeeping items before we can close it out all the way.
What about the large gap around that drain? Because that's still very large for an adult or a child to get through.
Yeah, those are some of the things that the engineer is going to be looking at, and I expect they're going to be working on some of those things really soon.
Okay, thank
It
you.
looks really good so far.
Yeah.
It's
Did they
much
get rid of
more
that?
eye appealing.
Tall weeds that were growing that were like 6 feet tall, they got rid of those?
Yeah, there's just
Okay.
I think like the cattails
Cut 'em
and stuff
down.
about now.
Things are around the perimeter.
Huge.
We do have a contract with the lake doctor, and they do spray cattails and things every other month. They sprayed them on the 28th of August.
Yeah, I see the browning
So
happening.
Okay,
probably not done getting rid of them yet, but that's on a regular basis every other month.
What was the purpose of the metal around the large gate or the drainage grate?
It's called a skimmer, and it keeps large floating material from entering into the thing
Yeah,
and
that was
stopping the
doing-
pipe up.
Getting on top of it.
Yeah, the project is very much to do about water quality, removing pollutions before they get into Silver Sands and the Santa Rosa Sound. And so that skimmer box that's the purpose of it.
Okay, thank
Looks
you.
good so far.
okey doke.
Birds like it.
Mhm.
Yeah, a
They
bunch
do.
of them. Well, do I have a motion to
Mayor.
approve?
Mm.
You have a reading on that one? Okay, go for it. You got a lot of reading tonight.
Resolution 25-13, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Mary Esther, Florida, providing for an increase in the discretionary sales tax fund expense budget in the amount of $281,057.05 and decrease in the general fund expense budget in the amount of $281,057.05 and providing for an effective date of September 3rd, 2025.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 23-13, adopting a budget amendment for the fiscal year 25 budget?
I'll make that motion.
You have a first,
I'll second.
and I have a second. Any more discussion? Let's go ahead and vote. Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. Item 12.3 is consideration of city manager evaluation. Dr. Hamlin, you going to speak to this?
I will, if you allow me the time, very briefly.
All the time you want.
Thank you for the opportunity of serving in the council. It's always a joy. We've been doing it for a number of years. Just remind you the process we went through. We took input from each of you, from about 6 pages of input on ratings and comments. I had hour-long meetings with each of you about your perspective on Jared's workload. And what I produced, I hope, is a reflection of the majority view of the council. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer your questions. I could go through it, but I think you all know how to read and have had the opportunity to do so. If you want me to go through it, I will, but fundamentally, do you have any questions?
Does council have any questions? Since it's your evaluation, city manager, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
You've been reviewed, you've been briefed on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Since there's nothing else, I have a motion to approve the city manager evaluation as presented.
Do we want to say what his scoring was for anybody
Sure.
out there?
Yeah, Dr. Hamlin, what's his scoring?
The scoring in section of the council with the relationship with the council is exemplary at 4.54. His work with the administration of the city, he had an excellent rating of 4.444. In the area of leadership, he's had a rating of 4.56, which is exemplary. In section D, personnel, he had a rating of 4.335, which is an excellent rating. Finance, business and financial management, he had a rating of 4.58, which is again exemplary. Community relationships, he had a rating of 4.633. Again, he's at exemplary level. Individual characteristics, he has 4.67, again at the exemplary level. Job-related characteristics of 4.60, again exemplary level. Annual objectives, excuse me, 4.55, exemplary level. His overall evaluation is 4.552, which is exemplary. There's a number of comments that are included within the evaluation, are areas to focus on, to continue to grow on, but you have a leader as the city manager. You as a council seem to be committed towards him. He seems to be committed towards the city. Good things are happening, and so I hope that's a reflection of the evaluation.
That
Thank
answer your
you.
question?
Yes.
Any more questions? No, sir. Okay. You're not going to read anything, city clerk, right? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the city manager's evaluation as presented?
I make that motion.
Have a first? I have a second. Any more discussion? Let's go ahead and vote. Okay, it's unanimous. Great. Congratulations, Jared. Keep up the good work.
Thank you for the opportunity again.
Thank you, Walt.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yep, thank you very much. Item 12.4. We're done with 12.3, correct?
I think so.
Council, we're done? Councilman Oder, we're done?
Yes.
Okay. All right, 12.4 is discussion and consideration of Home for the Holidays program.
So as we get to the end of the year, just like last year and the year before, there's the Home for the Holidays program, where we award houses that decorate for Halloween and Christmas a small certificate saying, thank you for participating and all that. All we're seeking tonight is just a motion to allow the mayor to conduct the Home for the Holidays so he can drive around and award it at his discretion.
Okay, a little additional, we got Halloween and Christmas. If you see something you like at night, especially for Halloween, because if I don't get around to every house at night, it may be a beautiful one, but if it ain't lit up, it doesn't count. Please email me, okay?
And
We're going to do an unlimited number this year, so it's not like we're going to have a big fuss between two houses. I'll just give one to each. We're not going to put it on the website, the picture of the house, because we don't want people to go, well, why didn't I get my house, or questions like that. But they will get a certificate. We give them a coin and give them a well-done job of what they presented. That's kind of my plan, so we don't have the least amount of friction as possible. Same thing goes for Christmas time, pretty much. So, is there any, you want to make some
Make
changes?
sure I understand, you're not gonna put it on the
Yeah, I would say
website?
put them on the website because it is being awarded by the city. So you're representing the city.
The only thing I got with that is if I got a beautiful one and it's not there, I mean, it's up to you guys. If you want to, I'll get a picture of it. At nighttime, it'd be a challenge to get a picture and put it on a website. It'd be a bunch of lights. Pictures probably are not going to be that good, but that's fine. It's just, it puts one resident up against another. Like,
That's
why
the
didn't
yard
I
of the,
get
but
it?
the yard of the month does the same thing.
Yeah, Yard of the Month's
So-
one house.
Yeah, but it's
One house in the whole city.
still does the same
All
thing.
right, well,
I mean, we can at least put the addresses, congratulations to, and list the
Okay.
addresses. I mean, or something like that.
do you want to put the addresses, or you
With the
want to
s-
go
with the
all
street
out
name and-
and take a picture? I mean,
How did we do it last year?
last year we did pretty much what I just said. We gave them out. Did we put them on the pictures
I
of that?
think-
We,
I do not believe so. I can
no,
double
the
check.
pictures were difficult because either they had their lights on or we get there at 5 o'clock and the lights aren't on yet. Whoever wants to take the pictures is fine. If you want to stay out till 9 taking pictures of the houses, I'll be more than happy to give the addresses to you. The sheriff's department probably doesn't want it. Unless you're volunteering, I mean, we're gonna.
Do we
I'm
get to
not
ride in
doing
your
it.
car?
If somebody else wants to take pictures.
For the record, we did put them. We did not put the addresses, but we put pictures.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So, I mean, I think that either that citizen could maybe submit a photo for us that they take, then they could email our city clerk.
That would
Or
work.
if one of us does have a house that we want to contact you about, maybe we provide you with a picture.
And that'd be great. And you can also say, these are some of the awards the city gave out
Right.
for that, some. So then it keeps it vague
Yeah.
in terms of, this isn't the exact number and my house isn't here,
'Cause
only because he didn't submit a picture.
we do have a number of citizens that really do go all out for the
Oh, yeah.
holidays and do a
I've-
fantastic
no
job.
argument.
So it's
No
great to
argument.
honor all of them.
Okay, so we'll put pictures as given to the city clerk. Okay? And make sure I got the address, because I have no problem driving by and awarding it to them.
Yeah.
I will do that, but I don't want to sit around waiting for the timer to come on, for the lights to come on, that kind of stuff. So
What else do you do?
you got a point.
I did
And
not.
I got a wife that would agree with you.
For the
so
record, that
I'm
was
not
not me.
disagreeing with anything.
Yeah, for the record, that was not me.
Yeah, that's a first too. I
was
mean,
not me.
Susan's really
either.
getting a little frisky there, I'll tell you. She's jumping on the mayor too. What, you want to do it now too?
No, to get a certificate coin.
No,
I'll give him a coin. Yeah, no, I've got tons of
Speaking
coins.
of- I was gonna ask, how is the coin inventory?
No, we got plenty of coins. Yeah, no. I'll give him a coin, a certificate, congratulations, and, the pictures TBD. I mean, if you get in there, great. If it looks beautiful, I take a picture, I'll be more than happy to send it to him. But if it's in the afternoon and the lights are off, but you recommend
Right.
it, I'm still gonna give him it to him,
Okay.
but I may not even see it all in its glory. Okay, we're good on this?
And
gonna put it on the web-
residents can submit,
Huh?
not just us, residents. as
Oh,
well.
absolutely. Residents can submit it and just submit it
Is that gonna be
to,
on the website so they know they can?
can we put that on the website?
What was it?
The residents submit another house. So it's totally independent of us.
Social media.
Right.
Yeah, social media, whatever. So you kind of take that for action?
I can have a way to put submissions.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. Next.
Anything else on the home for the holidays? Okay, I need a motion to allow the mayor to conduct home for the holidays, awarding certificates. We're going to get rid of at his discretion, just awarding certificates to houses that are decorated for the holidays, Halloween and Christmas, and include submissions from other residents and the city council. Do I have a motion for approval of that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a first?
I'll second.
And I have a second. Let's go ahead and vote. Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. Council committee and status reports and other comments. We'll start to my left, Councilman Sutton.
Yes, sir. The month of August was quite a busy month, I think, for a lot of us. I spent a lot of time with transportation, dealing with transportation. It, as you know, 98 is very much an issue, but
I will say that the state is actually looking at alternatives for the 98 congestion. I've met with a lot of other cities in the last month. We're not unique in these problems, so it is kind of helpful to hear other cities. And I am talking with a number of other cities about how they handle some of their congestion, how they're handling some of the like code enforcement issues. So our annual conference that we go to was actually quite helpful. I met some new faces that I hadn't met before. And yeah, so
That was the one in Tampa.
Tampa and Orlando. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm a little
I
bit all
remember the
over.
Orlando. Yeah.
And legislative sessions do start back early this year. So already started getting into that. And then I have a luncheon tomorrow with our Commerce Secretary, Alex Kelly.
Okay, great. Susan?
Nothing, just looking forward to the Veterans Day Parade.
Yep, that's coming around the corner.
Two in the float.
Pardon?
You guys scoot up.
And the float. Okay.
Lawson.
You have anything?
Lawson, scoot up.
You guys scoot up closer to the mic.
The microphone.
Tell us you don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Veterans Day is coming along great. City clerk and Councilman Sutton got us a bunch of money from different organizations, sponsors. What's the number now? 5,000?
Pledged is 5750.
5750. So that would almost
Pledged.
for the parade, unless the city manager goes wild with his expenditures. And
Or you buy too much candy.
again, well, no, I didn't.
We get
You
some
spoke in the
Werthers.
microphone on that
Can we
one.
get some Werthers?
Okay, better candy. All right. Anyway, we're good on that. Parade's coming along. The Grand Marshal we're still working with. It's the 50th anniversary of Vietnam. So we're talking about possibly having a Vietnam veteran who was in Vietnam being our Grand Marshal.
Fantastic.
So that's a definite. And then also the junior airman with the special forces that we'll work with that one. Anyway, that's all I've got. Go ahead.
Yes, as regards to the Veterans Day, I'm gonna hold your foot to the fire about my poncho.
Yep.
I will personally make sure you have a poncho,
Umbrella.
an umbrella.
I want to say City of Mary Esther on it, because,
Okay.
Get 'em one of
Well,
those dome ones.
but on a more serious note, it's good to be back in person.
Mm.
I want to thank some of you may have known, but my daughter was diagnosed with leukemia this time last year. And it's been quite a journey of donors and not having donors and remission, not in remission, and all the things that go along with being diagnosed with cancer. But my daughter's gotten to a point by which she now only has one adult supervisor, my wife. And I'm hoping that in the weeks to come, I can go back and bring my wife home from Fort Worth, Texas. But that's where, things have gotten a lot better. But to all of you who have supported the cards, the gifts, the phone calls, text messages, thank you. You've been allowed to stay in touch and take care of City. But I look forward to getting more involved now that I'm back here amongst all of you. I look forward to attending the Veterans Parade. And moving on, is the city manager going to talk to about how things are going with the red light cameras in school zone? Are you going to talk about that?
So I believe we start training this week. So the contractor that we hired for this program, they're getting the permits from DOT to be able to install it on Highway 98. So that process is ongoing. The training, like I said, they're starting that this week, and it looks like November is what they're shooting for.
So the first ticket will be in November?
Up and running.
no, training is awareness.
I believe the warning process will start in November.
How long is the warning period? 30 days?
Minimum of 30 days.
After Christmas break.
Yeah,
Thank you.
probably. Mr. Oder?
Yeah, the library cooperative met. Again, unfortunately, we had a member, Ed Crosby, passed away, who was 85. He was one of the original members of the Okaloosa County Public Library Cooperative. A great man. I knew Ed when him and I both worked at, then it was Metrics, now it's Leonardo's over here, back in the early 90s. Good man. Unfortunate happened, but he was 85. The next meeting is on September 22nd at 2 p.m. Also, the Floor Leagues of Cities put it out. I think we put it out to everybody of all the sessions that went on. Unfortunately, a lot of those, there's like 3 of them at the same time, which obviously it can't be in 3 places at the same time. So it's nice to be able to at least go in there and read them. And some of the highlights were the property tax issue. What's that going to do? The school zones and the law enforcement, the cameras, the Doge program, which the gentleman who is running Doge at the state level, how do I politically want to say this? He, even though he had multiple college degrees and one of them being from Harvard, he was not a very public good speaker at all. And a matter of fact, he talked so long that the questions at the end never happened because he kept talking. So, but there's a lot of good information in the PowerPoint. I would recommend everyone look at it and stuff like that when you have time, besides all the taxes and the motorized vehicles and all those other ones. I attended also the Northwest Florida Economic Development Workshop on August 26th, which was excellent because I talked about the Shoal River Project and some other ones going on here in Fort Walton Beach and possibly us and possibly even Hurlburt with the 98 or the expansion road to the north. Although I don't know if you saw where Santa Rosa County, they've got 1,300 petitions not to put that road in. So that's going to get real interesting real quick. So we'll see how that works out. Again, I'm also going down to the Municipality Policy Committee meetings in Orlando, the September 26th. I think Commissioner Sutton's also going down for, I'm not sure which committee she's on. The Florida Sunshine requires us, we can't be on the same committees. Four Leagues of Cities is very good at saying, okay, you can go to this one, she'll go to that one. That way we don't ever break sunshine law. But it gets us into the picture of also helping guide what policies hopefully Tallahassee will look at and help us and understand and stuff like that. That's all I got.
Thank you. Hayward?
Nothing tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, City Clerk?
Check your mailbox, do your cybersecurity training by the end of the year, do your ethics training by the end of the year.
Thank you. City Manager?
I think we have the Christmas tree lighting scheduled
Woohoo.
for December 6th from 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
Do we
That
do
is all I
anything
have.
With a Santa run?
Oh, Santa Run. That's a good question. You put out an email today for that, the 11th, 12th, 13th, or something like that?
I need to pull up the calendar. The dates that I still haven't talked to the fire marshal about yet is the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Mr. Oder, do you have any conflicts with those dates? Good, you're Santa Claus this year.
Okay. Jeff, I'll get with you later.
Or
Do what? Well, there you go.
24/7, available anytime. Those are the only dates there are available. Have you
That's
looked at any alternate dates? I can't make any one of those days. I'd like to do at least one.
We can get some dates and send them out.
I mean, Mayor Pro Tem Oder can do them all, but I would prefer to do at least one. But I don't know. I mean, it'd have to be a different day.
I can get with you later about
I
it.
appreciate that. Thank you very much. City Clerk, Manager, anything else that's conflicting?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wish to say anything? Okay, we're adjourned.